Good, so this is my video on why an equal money system. Now, I want to go back before I participated with Destiny or the Equal Money website and the Equal Money solution to what we're currently busy with. And what I have realized for myself before participating within Equal Money or Destiny. See, we all grew up from a child to an adult. Now, in my child years, I remember that there was no concern for money. There was no fear for survival. There was just me here playing with my toys, playing in the garden, playing with other friends. Then I started going to school, meeting friends there, realizing there's a system. It's the first thing I realized, like, I have to go to school. That first day you cry, missing your dad and mom, all these strange people around you. You're not going to school, the system. But yet there was no fear for money and no understanding of why you're going to school. Obviously, the starting point of all of it was so that you can one day survive and make money. And there we are in school. There I am, starting to learning the system. Then, realizing the system is important. And so my mom started giving me money, monthly, 10 rand, 20 rand, and telling me if I want better toys, I need to put my money away and save it, and then I can buy the toys that I want. Otherwise, she's gonna buy the toys for me. So this motivated me to get money, put it away, and save it, and then get something I like. Now obviously I was fortunate, lucky, to have been born into a family that has money. There's so many in this world that lives in poverty and starvation and circumstances of abuse, wars, etc. I could have been born into any of those families, but I wasn't. So I had a elite way of growing up, learning to work with money, interact with people, social skills, everything that everybody that had education basically got. And I learned money was very valuable from the age of 7 because I can buy better toys. Interesting. If you have money, that's the first impression I had. If you have money, you can have a good life. Kids that didn't have money couldn't buy their own toys that they wanted. Someone else is going to buy it for them. It's the idea I created. And then, as I grew older, let's say the age 16, I have now successfully learned that money is important and that you need it to survive in the system, and that you need it to get what you want, to have a good life, to have a fun life, to enjoy life. You need money. And this age I was going to grade 10, and I needed to choose my subjects for school, specific subjects that would lead to me being able to go to a college or a university so I can study further. So I had to be specific in the subjects, and I knew that the subject I choose now will have a consequence for the rest of my life. That point already was like, whoa, rest of my life. I have to consider the rest of my life here. And I couldn't make the decision. I was like, I don't like this system that I'm living in. There's really nothing in here that I want to do. Do I want to become a lawyer? Do I want to become a doctor? Do I want to become an accountant? Do I want to become an engineer? What the fuck? I couldn't decide what I want to become. Do I want to become a cook? I looked for the easy jobs because I wanted the easy stuff. I wanted a laid back, cool life. So I decided on becoming on taking a direction that can lead both ways. Either I become an architect or I become a cook. So I took my subjects accordingly, and up until grade 10, the end of that year, I started working as a waiter. Now this is where the things got interesting, because I realized as I got a job that everybody else was not doing this. They were all still getting all their money from their parents, and that everybody was still just partying their parents' money away. Because their parents had money, they could afford it. My parents also had money, but they weren't that fast of giving it to me. So I worked for my money to go party. But within doing this, I realized a pattern. A very specific pattern that started playing out in the short time that I started working and doing school and, going to parties. Money is everything. I tried saving a lot. I tried drinking out a lot. I tried saving a lot. I tried drinking out a lot. I worked harder. I partied harder. And this continued and continued. Then I started buying myself games. Started drowning myself in games. I smoked. I was getting really into this pattern that was playing out, and I couldn't change it unless I had more money. But I didn't have more money. So I was stuck in this pattern, this evil cycle of enslavement. That's what it was, because now I had to finish school, I had to get a degree, I had to go study for another 4, 8 years, depends on what I want to do. Then, when I get out, since I live in South Africa, I can only hope I get a job because I'm white and I'm a male. South Africa, that counts as the last option of receiving a job if I apply for one. So, in all of this, I went homeschooling. Okay. While doing homeschooling, I was a waiter, only on vacations. Then I became a permanent one when I went to grade 12. And I had interesting conversations with people. Regular people just like me, but they were doctors, they were veterinarians, they were whatever. I mean, they come to a restaurant, they eat, I serve them, they talk to me, I see what they're all about. They are happy, they have kids, they have that, they have this, but they have money. Once again, money bought happiness. But then, when I walk out of my job into the streets, in South Africa here, into the streets is, you see poor people on your doorstep. Hobos, you see people that doesn't have shoes, you see at nights when you drive in the streets, kids beating each other up, that doesn't have a mom or a dad. Everywhere. And it got more and more. It didn't get less, it got more. The news, I turned the news on, I checked it out. Violence. Everything got more. So now I was stuck in this whole thing of, I have a job, I have money, I live with my parents, I have my friends, I have my parties, but can this continue for the next 50 years? Can I live like this for the next 50 years? Doesn't matter what job I'm doing, it's the point of income. So if I was a doctor, a lawyer, or a waiter, I had an income. An income meant I wasn't on the streets. Not being on the streets means I had friends, parties, car, I had everything that I could sustain myself with and not be the not-haves. So I looked at myself and I was amazed that I couldn't do this for the next 50 years of my life. Because obviously I'm saying 50 because I'm looking at retirement. That's the point everybody's aiming at. Working their whole life away so in the end they can retire. And then, well, sit and wait for death. And I could not accept that within myself, so I quit school. I did not see a reason, I did not see a meaning to continue with school. to continue within the capitalistic system that exists, to continue in any job out there, living life the way we are living it. And I was realizing within myself that there is no hope for this system. There's no hope for no one, unless, I don't know, something happens on Earth and everybody just suddenly have money and lives together.